Good afternoon. Sounds nice when you're up here. Growing up, the numbers were never in my favor. Statistically, kids from my neighborhood, kids like me, weren't expected to graduate, let alone make it to college. If you looked at the data, you say I was supposed to be an outlier. But that's the thing about numbers. They can tell a story of struggle, or they can reveal the possibility for change. I've seen both sides. You can fall through the cracks, or someone can help you find your footing. Now, I was always serious about school, but in my house, I was alone in that. I grew up in the south side of Chicago, Jeffrey Manor. Oh, I'm only south side of Chicago. Okay, Okay. I lived with my mom and 5 other siblings. Mom was a CTA bus driver. My dad, a mechanic, was in and out of the picture. Seeing them struggle made me resolve to do better. That started with education. Unfortunately for me, my house was never a quiet place to study. I often came home to loud music, parties, and crowded rooms. So I'd stay late at school and do my homework. We struggled financially like pretty much everyone else in my neighborhood. I resolved to do better, to build a better life than the one I had known. It seemed to me like a career in business would be a good path. It's funny, my early picture of what business looked like was inspired by what I saw in TV shows like Suits and Mad Men. I loved the way the actors looked, the clothes they wore. I didn't really know exactly what they did, but I loved the way they were making money. And banging their fist on the table in every episode. I also didn't know exactly what I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to work in a place that looked like it did on those shows. To be in a boardroom and serious meetings with those serious faces. So I told my mom, my counselors, my teachers, my neighbors, anyone who'd listen, even the cat down the street, I'm going into business. And all they ever said was, okay, that's nice. Yeah. It always frustrated me whenever I told adults about my dreams only to be dismissed. And I became a pretty angry kid, but also a very independent one. Learning early on to rely on myself, to research solutions, to figure things out, to build my own village. I needed 2 things. 1, help getting into college, and 2, a quiet place to study. A friend of my older sister told me about Mercy Home. I was surprised when I got there. It looked like a college to me with dorm rooms and study spaces, but what I loved most and needed most was a quiet place with lots of academic and emotional support. So I was excited to go. Once there, I finally had the foundation I needed to excel. I didn't realize how deprived I've been of basics, like eating breakfast. But at Mercy Home, I ate breakfast every morning. That was new. When I lived at home, I would stay out until 9 or 10 o'clock at night at networking mixers. Mind you, I was only 13 years old. I know, wild kid, right? But when I got to Mercy Home, things changed. I had to follow a schedule and get permission to go out to events like these. Then about halfway through senior year, the pandemic hit. Everything was shut down. A lot of activities were limited. But I wasn't going to let social distancing stop me from building my village. I said, you know what? This networking thing is important to me. I'm gonna figure it out. Like most of you, Zoom became my new best friend. In the middle of all of this, I was also maintaining several internships, including one at the Obama Foundation. Meanwhile, at Hyde Park Academy, again, only Hyde Parker, that's okay. I gotta represent. I was in math club, debate club, academic decathlon. At the same time, Mercy Home encouraged us to give back to the community. So at school, I joined organizations dedicated to social change. Ultimately, I graduated at the top of my class. Thank you. Then because of the pandemic, I decided to go to school locally with funding from the Mary Dempsey Scholarship. Thank you again, Mary. I don't see her in the crowd, but I know she's here. Thank you again, Mary. I enrolled at Harold Washington College downtown. Still active in student life, I served as president of the Black Student Union, worked an internship at Aon, and participated in the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society with a 4.0 GPA in finance. Ambitious, to put it mildly, but overwhelmed, to put it honestly. But the Mercy Home staff taught me skills to create balance and manage that stress. Eventually, I struck out on my own. Thankfully, the community care program made sure that on my own didn't mean alone. There's a big difference there. That team is amazing. Janet, my care manager, was my rock throughout college and connected me with scholarships. I could talk to her about anything, and we did, as Janet called me every 2 weeks to check in. Okay. Kevin helped me land another of my internships. Ian has been incredibly helpful in the short time we've been working together. Liz has supported all my academic goals. Liz, thank you, Liz. And of course, there's Daniel, AKA Papa Bear. All right, the show must go on. The show must go on. From the first time I met him, Daniel saw a light in me and helped me nurture it. All of you were all I had. You were my village. You were my family. With their help, I graduated from Harold Washington and transferred to DePaul University. Where I majored in finance. At DePaul, I made the dean's list 4 times and graduated with honors. Thank you. As I said, I believe in the power and potential of numbers. That's why after graduation, I started working on a data analytics certificate. I'm now launching my career as a data analyst with a mission. My mission is to help organizations, nonprofits, and communities use data to measure and create impact. I specialize in finding the empty spaces, the overlooked gaps where real change can happen. Whether it's helping a nonprofit see which programs make the biggest difference, or showing a community group how to turn their numbers into a compelling story. I want to empower others to drive change from the grassroots to the boardroom. My work is more than just charts and spreadsheets. It's about making sure every number counts, especially for those who are too often counted out. Graduates, talking to y'all, listen up. Statistics show that young people like us are not expected to graduate. But everyone in this room knows we count. And they show it by supporting Mercy Home. Remember, you count, you beat the odds, you are here. Don't ever forget this moment. Take it in. No, like really take it in, like breathe in. Yeah. Now, to everyone else in the room, please allow me one more opportunity to network before we leave here today. If you're looking for a number cruncher with ambition, who knows how to turn data into a force for good, and eats breakfast every morning. Not this morning, though. Let's connect. Thank you.